Oh my gosh, this can't be right. Oh boy. Wow. Unbelievable. It is 80 degrees in Bangkok, Thailand right now. Bangkok, Thailand, 80 degrees. That is where my nephew is vacationing on his honeymoon, as you know. For those of you keeping score of where my nephew is, he is in Bangkok, Thailand. It is 80 degrees. He's feeding elephants. I'm here in the unearthed darkness of Long Island. The cold, dank, sunless, dreary, hopeless end of January. Thank goodness, finally coming to a close. We've had enough of this month. And it is 36 here. So the question begs, would you rather be in Thailand or would you rather be on Long Island? Now, there's pros and cons to both. Over there, the weather is gorgeous. Over there, the money goes further. Your dollar goes a lot further. Over there, $1, you could buy a small house over there. You could live like a king over there. You could, for $1.50, you can get a small cottage and I guess like a small car. It's tremendous. Downside, there's always the fear of being thrown in the Thai prison, which I would not do well in. I'm not one of those brave sorts that could stand 10 years of abuse in some kind of obscure prison where they're beating you with bamboo shoot. I'm someone that likes the comfort of warmth. I like hoodies. I like lotion. I eat certain foods I wouldn't do well in a Thai prison. I don't know what they would serve for my meals would be a difficult, and I don't think you can, there's not a menu that I know of in a Thai prison, and I don't think you could send it back. So the point of my story is I'll probably bear the cold here. I fear going there because I know me, and I know my luck, and if you know me as you do, because if you are watching, then you've mistakenly turned into the Steve Square Show. Thanks for stopping by for this Monday, January 29. We're getting there. We're moving like molasses, but we're getting to February. And then, like I said, Groundhog's Day, a couple of President's Days, and then you're right into March. So just hang tight, although this is leap year, so they have to shove an extra day into February. Why don't they put an extra day into the summer? Why February? Anyway. And this whole thing is nonsense. Leap year? What is it? They just make up things. Anyway. So, yeah, the question is, be careful when you travel. I guess that's the point of my story, if it has a point. Most of my stories really are pointless, but I like to, teach and give a lesson. There to be something out of my stories. So always be careful when you travel. Know the laws. You could spit on the ground. You could chew gum. Maybe you don't know what you're doing in these countries. I'm just, Anyway. Are you bombarded by mail? Like I am. I have been bombarded by mail. And I'll tell you though, they are really, there's this big election coming up with Swazi and Mazi. A lot of Z's going on in this election. I'll tell you what Z I'm going on in this election. That's a couple of snoozers. But, anyway.
That was easy.
Anyway, so we got an election coming up, right? About a few days, next week, whatever. And I have never been bombarded so much with mail. I mean, this kind of, they're really going with the pamphlets and they must have spent the budget on this. Put that money into fixing the roads. I get 10 of these a day. I mean, they're very colorful and gorgeous. This one's like handwritten. Look at this. They took the time. It says, let me read this to you. Dear awesome voter. I mean, this somebody wrote, this has to be written by hand. Well, they did a wonderful job in Xeroxing this one. This is fantastic. Look at this. You know the time it took to write to me personally and to every Long Islander? I'm just kidding. I know they didn't. Anyway, thank you. So here, it says, Dear awesome voter, be part of the solution in Congress. Vote in the special election for experienced leader, and this is for Tom Suozzi, to get things done. I like that they say to get it done. Get things done. Make voting easy, apply for an absentee ballot, blah, blah, blah. Voting is your superpower. Not spider webs, not Batman. Voter man. That's what I'm going to be. Voter man. What do you think about that? I like that.
Yes! No! Yes! No!
No.
Yes!
I think it could work. No?
Yes!
Maybe.
No!
No, I don't think so. Hey, that doesn't. Hey, stop it. So the voting, it says here, here's my point in advertising and all of this. Did you ever watch a commercial and they put millions of dollars into the commercial and then you're like, I don't know what that was even for, that commercial. It was a great commercial. It was funny. It was great. I don't know what it's for. And you'll see that in the Super Bowl. Actually, the Super Bowl, those, $1 billion, they usually do one of three products. It's usually a car, Budweiser, one of McDonald's, Doritos. It's always the same 5 companies because they're the only ones with money to spend advertising useless on the Super Bowl, which, by the way, is set. Thank goodness I rooted so hard that the Kansas City Chiefs would win so I could just get one more look at Taylor Swift for another 3.5 hours. Just 40,000 more clip shots. Oh, thank you. I rooted so hard for the Kansas City Chiefs. I said, please, don't worry about any of my hopes and dreams. I don't care about that. I just want the Kansas City Chiefs to be in another Super Bowl so I can hear the 2 words which resonate so peacefully as I slumber into a lovely good night's sleep. Swift and Kelsey. Just saying it makes me feel warm inside. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey. Oh, if they could only be happy. It's my happiness is to see them happy.
Yes! No! Yes! No!
Anyway. Yes, so we will be, it's going to be another Super Bowl of this nonsense with what's her face. I can't stand looking at her face anymore. Obviously, I'm being enormously sarcastic. I feel like my sarcasm is not getting through to you people. So I have to say I'm being sarcastic. Yes, as you well know, and I'm sure you guys are sick of seeing them as well. Here's 3 words I could do without for the rest of my life. Swift, Kelsey, Barbie. If I never heard those 3 words again, my life would be...
Yes! In your face, sucker!
Let me reiterate. Swift, Kelsey, Barbie. In that order. Anyway, so I thought it was great. This is a fantastic. This one even says, Dear Steven. It says, make a plan now to vote early or on special... Who's calling? This is weird. How dare someone call during the show and not even a call-in? Anyway. So, here it is. My point was I didn't know when this election was. I knew there's early, but there's early voting, February 3rd to the 11th. So you can early vote, or you can go on the special day, which is February 13th, the day after my mom's birthday. And I've told you, once February hits, I mean, I have to get a fifth and sixth job. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to do more of these shows. You start the month right off. My nephew's birthday, my mom's birthday. Then it goes like, then I get a little break. Then there's my niece's birthday and my sister's birthday. So February is like, boom, you're getting it from all sides. But, this letter comes from Anne. It says, thanks, Anne, volunteer. See? How nice. I mean, that's really nice. Very, very nice. They're writing me here's another one. It's a proven leader and problem solver. This is Joanne. How nice. I mean, I'm telling you, they are really opening, they must be spending hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. No. I'm telling you, they're spending this is a waste. I feel like this is a waste. Send one, something like that. And I don't, they come around, they're asking you to put their signs on their lawn. I don't want people. My vote is, whatever happened to a little thing called anonymity? Our vote should be our own special thing, right? Voting, you don't want to, you got to put it on your front lawn, who your candidate is. I mean, if you're proud, by all means. But to me, you don't know anything about me other than funny man Stevie K, host of the Steve Square Show on Monday nights, 6:30 on your Instagram, Dubs Radio. I don't like to, I get into politics just to, if there's something big going on, we'll joke around, poke some fun, but nothing heavy. We don't talk issues here. We talk fluff. This is a show based on fluff, with a little bit of, there's a lot of fluff with a little bit of spice. It's delicious. The show is delicious. I enjoy it. It should be consumed at dinner time. Anyway, I don't know about you, but I was not pleased with this headline. So, I guess I got mine, right? Because if you know me, and if you see, it says that hurts. Knicks beat the Miami Heat, but Julius Randle dislocated his shoulder. Now, I've had many shoulder injuries. If you dislocate a shoulder, it's as painful as it sounds. Because your shoulder should be located, not dislocated. Everything on your body should be located in its proper position. Located is a good word. Dislocated is some part of your body is in another place where it should not be. Needs to go back. And unfortunately, that is not an easy procedure or a pain-free one. This is not going to be a quick fix. They were doing so great. They had the best record, the Knicks, in 2024. They were cruising. And now this creates a problem. And the irony is, me and my mom argue all the time because me, my brother, my nephews, we hate Julius Randle. But it's a hate of like he's on the Knicks, so he does a lot of, he's a big time scorer, he's good, but he does a lot of bonehead plays. My mom likes him because one stupid game after the game they're talking to him and his kids came over and said, oh, my dad did good, so my mom thought his kids were cute. Ever since then she loves Randle. And I'm always cursing. I'm like, effing, essin. She's like, oh my God, stop. I'm like, come on. But now this is a problem. I didn't want him to not be there because that's a problem. So, not good. No bueno. So we'll see what happens. Not happy. I don't know. I don't know much. But yeah, you thought I was gonna sing that song with Aaron Neville and Linda Ronstadt. Get married, Mitch. Um, I get tons of stuff in the mail. Here's another thing. What is this? Stretch Lab. Do you ever hear of this place, Stretch Lab? Look at this. Look at the thing they send me. Would you want these two over you? On top of you? I mean, really. Look at what they're sending. It's a little personal, don't you think? I don't want this guy on top of me for $49. I don't want him nowhere near me for $49. It's a 50-minute intro stretch. I can stretch myself, thank you. It says, what is Stretch Lab? I'll tell you what it isn't. It isn't going to be a place where I will be. That's what Stretch Lab is to me. I will not be laying there while this guy with a extra small t-shirt takes my leg and puts it behind my head. And dislocates. You see how I bring everything around full circle? And I don't want my hips to be in full circle. I don't want to be dislocated by one of these Stretch Labbers because, in all honesty, as a fitness professional, I have looked into Stretch Lab. They have reached out to me to work in one of their facilities. And these con job people, this is just, you know, none of these people are certified. They go through the Stretch Lab training. That's not, you know, if you're going to stretch people, that's you got to be careful. You got to know people have injuries, inflexibilities. I mean, and what is this? A whole place to stretch? It's like you stretch before the activity or before the workout, or you post-stretch after your activity. You should always stretch after your workout, not before. Because stretching is very intense on the muscles and the joints. So only after you're completely properly warm. People have this misconception. They think I'll stretch as part of my warm-up, and that's a big no-no. So Stevie K is getting serious. He's use my tip. Here's my fitness tip of the day, and we have another one later on. But don't stretch to warm up. This is what these people do. So what is this class? You're stretching before you stretch? I don't understand. This is all stretching. No bueno. It says, here. It says, this has been life-changing for me. I honestly feel 10x better, I'm guessing she means times, every time I come out of there. I bet her wallet feels 10 times lighter, too. It's amazing what good, concentrated stretching will do for you, especially from non-certified people in leggings. Here's what you should do.
No. Yes. In your face, sucker.
Don't go. Don't go. Stretch Lab. Another now non-sponsor of the Steve Square Show. Now here's the way life works. If they had given me some money to promote them, I'd be singing a different story, a different tune, as you will. I would be telling you how great they are, because I am easily for sale. Do you notice the yellow and black dumbbells T-shirt I'm wearing? Of course you do. I always wear it. Get a good look. Dumbbells, right? Done by my nephew, of course. If you look over my shoulder, the Governor's Comedy Club radio placard, banner, is also lots of yellows and blacks. So I'm very matchy today, and I did that. I mean, it's not the first time. I always wear the dumbbells, and I always have that behind me. But I guess I noticed it more today. It really pops. I like it. So how y'all doing? How was your weekend? Tell me about your weekend. Listen, I'm very interested. I'm going to have a drink of Celsius, another proud non-sponsor of this Steve Square Show. Tell me about your weekend. Did you go do something? Last weekend I had a wedding. This weekend, not so much. We didn't have any big weddings or anything like that. So I bet, did you guys go out to dinners? Did you go for any exercise? We're going to talk about how to watch out for cold weather exercising today. Right now I'm alone in the faux pas studio, but that might not always be the case. We don't know who will surprise us and enter the cave of the Steve Square Show. Here was something long time coming, and I'm so grateful that this is happening. I might attend the event. Bruce Blakeman, I guess he's Long Island's whatever, county executive. It says here, if you can see, I'll put it a little closer. Bruce Blakeman's official flattery of Long Island's own Howard Stern. So he is issuing, Blakeman is honors the shock jock for his significant contributions to Long Island. They are giving him a citation, it says here. It says, Howard Stern, an official county proclamation from Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman. What is he giving him? It says, for his significant contributions for the enhancement of our region and the betterment of our residents. I guess his jokes, if you do enough of those over the years, you get a citation. I mean, you know, that's it. I knew having all those types of guests would pay off. I'll keep it clean. It says here, as long as I'm mentioning things I got on my birthday, this is the funniest thing I've ever gotten, says Howard Stern, the senior shock jock. But that's just a warm-up. On Sunday, Blakeman is due to be on Stern's show this past Sunday, yesterday. He told the point in a statement that he sent Stern the honor on behalf of the county because he's the king of all media. As you know, he is from Nassau County, Howard Stern. This is something, boy. It says here, on Tuesday, the radio host read from the document. You, Howard Stern, have brought entertainment to countless people around the world with your boundary-pushing career and fearless approach. Does it really take a fearless approach to burp on the air? To have Siamese prostitutes in your studio? I guess it does. Anyway, good for him. Anyway, very good. So that's, he said, that's some sort of honor I got, Stern told, who did he tell? Robin Quivers, his co-host of the show. Anyway, that should be, I want to watch that interview. That's on, that he just did that on Sunday, so check it out. It's on YouTube. The Howard Stern interview with Bruce Blakeman. That probably went off well for Bruce Blakeman. Going on the Howard Stern show. He's reaching. He's trying to get the Stern vote. And I mean that multi-usage. Anyway. Howard Stern. What am I going to get? I have been the betterment of Long Island. I have contributed much to the media aspect and landscape of Long Island. Where is my citation? Where are my awards and ribbons and parades? When? When will there be a day for me?
Yes! No! Yes! No!
No, guess not. There should be a day for me. And actually, this is funny. Joke Man Martling, you know Jackie Joke Man. Jackie Martling, who does a lot of stuff here at Governor's Comedy Club, and obviously is on the Stern Show, he is having his own documentary. This is pretty good. It says the people, wow, Mark Cuban, Willie Nelson, they'll all be there. Mark Cuban and Willie Nelson. He was on the Howard Stern show from 1983 until 2001, where there was a little falling out. He had talked about how Stern pays those guys nothing, his other minions. But if Steve was here, he would give us the inside scoop. Steve knows all the ins and outs of the Howard Stern show, and as a bunch of other things. Steve would be good on this topic. But here's some more exciting news. Jon Stewart will be returning to The Daily Show. What do you think about that? Bam! There it is. Look at it, so you don't think I'm lying. Stewart's returning. But it's only one day a week. He's only going to do Monday shows, of course, because he felt that he needed to block my show. So it's going to be, you either have a choice of watching the Daily Show with Jon Stewart or the Steve Square Show with Funny Man CDK. It's no contest. Of course you're going to turn into the Jon Stewart Show. I have such little confidence, such despair. Maybe I should have. We have a wonderful. Oh, let me drop this now. Coming up on the 7 o'clock hour. Before we do anything else, next week. Oh boy, do I have a treat for you. We'll be in the studio. It'll be February, our first February show. So it'll have already been Groundhog's Day. So I'll be able to share that with you. We might even have. I might even enjoy a little groundhog for dinner. Little groundhog parmesan. Who knows? But maybe we'll bring a groundhog. That's a good idea. I might bring a groundhog in to the Steve Square Show to see if it'll see its shadow. Or better yet, attack Steve. And if it rips Steve to shreds, there'll be 2 more extra weeks of winter. If it just cuddles with Steve, it's an early spring. We won't know until Steve has been destroyed, and now I'll be taking Steve for rabies shots for the next 12 years. Because it'll be my fault. Anything for a laugh. Steve says, you'll do anything for a laugh. Anything. It's like that book, Anything for a T-shirt. Fred LeBeau wrote this book, or it was a book, about Fred LeBeau, who was the creator, if you will, of the New York City Marathon. And the book is entitled Anything for a T-shirt, because people will do anything for a T-shirt, right? I mean, do you see when Knick games, when they're shooting those cannons, the T-shirts into the crowd, people are like punching each other for these $2 crap, T-shirts. They're usually that Gildan brand. You ever see Gildan on the ticket, and then they just slap a Knicks hot iron on it, and people are like killing each other for these things. People want anything. They just want. You know what I want? Better roads. That's what I want. I don't want a free T-shirt. I don't want a sticker, and I don't want a pat on the head. I want a place that I could drive to without feeling like I'm on the moon. Which, by the way, NASA had it was a little controversy. So there's NASA, we are trying to launch the Artemis into space. And it seems to be a lot of activity going on into space. I guess it's been crowded enough here, we're now crowding space. Space is now getting like the Long Island Expressway. Because India sent up a rocket. Russia throws up there, they don't have bread, but they're sending up. And they say, we must send a rocket into space. Well, we have no food. Putin, we have no food. I don't care, send up a rocket. I want to see a rocket with my name on it. So, that's my Putin. I don't usually pull out my Putin. What?
That was easy. In your face, sucker!
But that was my Putin. Don't forget, I played a Russian once in Fiddler on the Roof. I was Vietka. I was the Russian soldier, and I talked like this, and I talked. And you remember? You should, because our spot guest co-host on occasion was also in it. Played opposite me. Can you think? Can you think? Can you think? Emily, of course. Hey. Yes, Emily was on the show. So, that we were in Fiddler was a different time, but I digress. So anyway, they're sending up, everybody's landing and sending things to space. And so on one of these news programs, they had the head of NASA, one of the corporates. So you can always tell by the way they answer things. And so someone asked them, they said, look, the Artemis has now been delayed and it's been having some issues, and everybody else is going and landing and the moon and various other places. So they said, are you worried? She said, absolutely not. We're not going for a camping trip like they are. What we're doing is very high technical stuff. We're going for deep space exploration. We're going into the deep, deep space. This lady has space between her ears. So, there are always excuses. Why, because now it's delayed, then they were going to land on the moon again. Been there, done that. But to her point, these people, the Indians, yeah, now they're trying to land on the moon. We did that 50 plus years ago. That's old news. There's nothing there. I mean, what is there? A couple of maybe astronauts we forgot to bring back? That's all. It's like that movie The Martian, when they left him on Mars and they had to go back and get him. Let me tell you something about that movie with Matt Damon. Pretty good movie. I mean, he was nominated for that movie, which, okay, it had a feel of Castaway, right? It's the same thing. A movie featuring one actor that's just stranded somewhere, and then they have to act and talk to themselves, right? Because they need some dialogue. They can. How much would you talk to yourself? And this is my point. Tom Hanks in Castaway, right? He's left on this deserted island, but he's chatting it up with himself. Matt Damon is left on Mars by himself in non-stop conversation. I never talk to myself that much. Not that I like to reveal. You know what I'm saying? I just... I don't like to... I don't, maybe I might curse a little bit, but I don't have extensive script dialogue with myself like they do. Anyway, you see, those movies were very similar, right? Everybody's stranded somewhere. They need to be rescued. So the NASA in that movie, Martian, they go and they back to Mars to rescue Matt Damon. It takes them years. I could be stranded 10 blocks. I won't be able to get anybody on the phone to give me a lift. I won't get a family member on the phone. It'll go ringing in. Nobody will get me. I could be stuck somewhere. 10 minutes from now, I won't be able to get a ride. But in the world of Ubers, who needs it anyway? You get your own ride. So, boy, I tell you, what did we do before Ubers and Lyfts and all of this? I mean, telling you, really helpful. So anyway, so let me tell you. So we have a wonderful guest next week. I'm so excited. We're going to have a guest. We're going to be in the studio. And I arranged this guest, and we confirmed. So this is looking good for February 5th, next Monday. Brian Donahue. Now, Google, YouTube, Brian Donahue. This guy is amazing. You might know him better as the Dublin Destroyer from the WWE. He was a professional wrestler. He was a professional football player with the New York Jets. Yes, the New York Jets are a professional football team. He also is an actor. He is a stuntman. He has done stunts, which we'll talk about. He's been a body double for John Goodman. He's acted. I mean, he's more like you'll be like, oh, I know. He's been on David Letterman like a million times as like a fill-in guest and things like that. Very funny. Really great guy. He's had like 10 careers in one career, which is amazing. It makes you kind of feel bad after you speak to him because you're like, I could do more. And that lasts for 5 minutes, and then you're just like, no, I can't. But he'll be in the studio next week. It's going to be fantastic. I threatened Steve within an inch of his life. No doctor's appointments. Don't get sick. Keep yourself, Purelled. I hope he Purells his whole body. I told him, walk around, just dump Purell over yourself night and day. Don't touch anything. Don't speak to anybody. Because you need to be there in the studio. Even though I'll conduct the interview. I like to have Steve there as a flank steak. So anyway, that should be really good. Brian Donahue, look him up, Google him, YouTube him. He will be in the studio. I'm really going to look to book more guests this year. That's my New Year thing. And here's something else, right? This is the new year, new you. We always think the new year has to be a new us. What was wrong with the old us? Everybody's always trying to improve us. I liked you the way you were in 2023, not so much 2022. 2021 might have been your best year. But it's always a new year, a new you. Why couldn't it be? You could have been a new you a month ago, the end of the year. I don't know. It's like we have this thing about the calendar that we live and die by the calendar, and it's, I get it. It's like a fresh beginning, a fresh start, especially someone like myself in the fitness industry. I've seen it many a times. Everybody's excited, gung-ho, got their Christmas sweatpants and leotards and leggings and headbands, and they're ready to go, and bam! Valentine's Day hits, you're enjoying your chocolate, and you say, I don't look so bad. Because you'll use one of those really small mirrors. And I'm here to tell you something else.
In your face, sucker! No!
So, let's see what we got here. It says, get healthy in 2024, which is a great message. Why do we want to get healthy in 2024? This doctor in the Mayo Clinic comes up with some strategies, and I hate this because they're so common sense. Make achievable small goals. We understand that. He says, come up with strategies to eat healthy, low-calorie, nutrient-dense foods. Who is this guy? It says it's not a matter of willpower. It's more of a environmental thing, because we're always around food and things like that. Social engagement thing. It's not just food, it's exercise. I think people, it's hard to, the biggest excuse that people come to me with is I don't have time, schedule. You gotta make time, it doesn't matter. You gotta find 3 days a week, an hour each time, 30 minutes each time, walk every day for 10, 20 minutes. You can find the time. Now, yes, I agree, it is a little chilly out there. So we go to our experts that talks about winter workout worries. It says what to know when exercising outside in the cold weather. First thing, don't do it. When it's, I look at these people. I mean, I have work out inside my gym and cardios, trampolines, and I do. Actually, though, I did run this weekend. I felt the temperature. I have a borderline temperature mark that I will run outside with. And it was above that. It was, in the mid to upper 40s. It felt fine. But this running on ice in the snow, these people do stupid things and break their ankles. They're like, what are you doing? Like, this is just ridiculous. It says, here's the following signs that your body is getting too cold when you're exercising outside. Shivering. When your teeth are chattering the Star-Spangled Banner, that might be a sign. Blue, numb skin. Clumsiness or decreased coordination. Say you start, you don't know what's going on. You're doing one of these. That would be me, too cold to perform the show. Decreased coordination. Chest tightness or wheezing. And of course, I'll add one, limbs falling off. If you're running and one of your limbs falls off and you have to run back and get it, probably too cold. Too cold. This thing where people have to, that's another silly thing, where people have to run in the cold. I don't even see I know where everybody's running. I'd rather run 90 degrees than 30 degrees. And you shouldn't really run in either. I don't advocate running in the heat. I do, but I'm a runner. I know what my body can do. That's an important thing. Know your body. Because every body are different. So it's important to know your body, not only with as far as exercise, but food, things like that, right? So, but when it gets cold, you're not even really burning the same calories. It takes an enormous amount more heating up of the metabolism to burn those calories. So you might as well, you'll be more efficient in your cardio exercise if you did it indoors. Short of it, unless you people, which I know you're not, I've seen you, I know you're not of the right age or body type, that you're not cross-country runners. Some are winter cross-country runners. That's fine. Those are like high school kids. They can do it. You don't need to be, in your 50, 60, 40, whatever. I know you're not training for anything, and you're just trying to show people you can run in freezing weather in a pair of shorts. I don't know what you're trying to prove out there, other than you're going to get frostbite. And then who will be laughing? You won't. Your teeth will be like this. I wish I had a cold drop. Something that shows.
Yes!
That's not cold. I need something.
Scusi.
Let me see here. Anyway, let's get into some. They were. I don't want to. Again, I don't want to hear any more of this Barbie nonsense. Everybody's screaming, Barbie wasn't nominated. Oh my! Or the Margot Robbie for Best Actress and Greta Gerwig for Best Director. Oh my God! Meanwhile, they don't even show any love to America Ferrera, one of my favorite actresses, by the way. She was nominated in Barbie for Best Supporting Actress. So you just glossed over her moment, and you're like all over Margot. And if you look, you never made a stink over the movie Argo. Argo was nominated for Best Picture. Wonderful movie. If you've seen it, it depicts the Iranian hostage crisis when the hostages, I believe it was 66 hostages were taken from the U.S. Embassy in Iran, right? The students overtook. It was all about the Ayatollah Khomeini and all of that nonsense. And this was the story of how this CIA guy came in and undercover and got 6 of them out, or got 6 of them. He was able to, he performed this whole phony Hollywood thing that they were doing a movie, and they were, he gave them credentials, and he was able to get them out of the country. It was an amazing story. So Ben Affleck portrays the main character, and he also directs it. The movie wins Best Picture. It wins. Not only was it nominated, it wins Best Picture. He wasn't nominated for Best Director. How's the movie win Best Picture? He wasn't even nominated for Best Director. Nobody cared about Ben Affleck, and then he was the main character, and he didn't get nominated. It's like a pick and choose your battle thing, and that's not right. Either be consistent or not. I mean, it's happened many times. Look, I wrote. There was another one, other ones that were the Pete Green Book one. You remember the story Green Book with Viggo Mortensen and I think it's Ursula. They played about the pianist who they were going into the deep south and driving, and they really formed this true story, formed this relationship about, and it really was a heavy story, and it was great. And these two bonded and formed this unbelievable friendship. And Peter Farrelly directed it, he didn't get nominated in the movie and won Best Picture. Nobody cared. Nobody cared. Nobody said a word. There's some others too. I wrote down, those are the big ones. Those are the big ones. Anyway, so it's kind of ridiculous. Just get over it. You know who's going to win anyway. Well, first of all, Best Picture, Oppenheimer's going to win. This seems like an Oppenheimer year, right? Very long. But first of all, this Barbie nonsense, this Barbie hype, this is a giant advertising campaign for Mattel. This couldn't be, Mattel must be going to sleep every night with a big, huge smile all the way to the bank. That's all this movie was. It was a big love story for Mattel. And, glossed over and packaged into something else. But I digress. And I have not seen. I can't. I try. It's not my movie. It's not my thing. It could be good. I'm sure it's cute. I'm sure it's whatever. Cast is amazing. I love Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie is fantastic. I loved her, and I just watched her the other night. I, Tonya. Everything she does, she's great. She was great in the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and Brad Pitt, the Hollywood movie that was directed by Quentin Tarantino, where she plays Sharon Tate. It's great. She was so great in that movie. So she's great, no doubt. Here are the Best Picture nominees. Have you seen any of these? American Fiction, Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, The Holdovers, which is supposed to be very good with Paul Giamatti, who's got a good chance to win Best Actor. He won't because Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer should win. He won the Golden Globe. Past Lives, Poor Things, The Zone of Interest, Maestro. Ugh. If that boring Leonard Bernstein crap played by Bradley Cooper with a giant nose. I mean, was he doing Pinocchio or the Maestro? I mean, come on. Now, for actress, so here's the big hubbub. Annette Bening for Nyad, which I'm shocked about, because Nyad wasn't really a movie, a major motion picture. I don't think it was in the movie, it was on Netflix. It must have been in the movies, because it would have to qualify, so it had to be a showing for at least. It's the movie with, it's the true story of this woman, Diane Nyad, who swam from Puerto Rico to Florida. I tried that, man, what a swim. Jodie Foster's in that movie as well. And I think she's nominated, yes, for Best Supporting. Lily Gladstone, Killers of the Flower Moon. Sandra Huller, Anatomy of a Fall. Carey Mulligan, I love, is in Maestro. Emma Stone, who will win. There's these people you know are going to win. Emma Stone wins everything. Supporting actress, Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer. She was very good, I saw that. Danielle Brooks, The Color Purple. America Ferrara for Barbie. There's your Barbie. Jodie Foster for, what was Jodie Foster? Is this for Silence of the Lambs? No, just kidding. For Nyad. Divine Joy Rudolph, The Holdovers. And supporting actor, this is where it's going to be pretty cool. I like this one. The supporting actor, Sterling K. Brown, American Fiction. Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon. Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer. Ryan Gosling Jr. for Barbie, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. So you got some quality names in this category. Look, people always get, I thought many a times Leonardo DiCaprio got snubbed for a lot of great movies. This Boy's Life, he should have won. What's Eating Gilbert Grape? Catch Me If You Can. The list goes on for him. He all of the movies he had done that he didn't get nominated for, and he doesn't care. Nobody cares. And this year he got a little bit snubbed. He's in Killers of the Flower Moon, and that was a shocker. He was nominated for the Golden Globe, not for an Oscar. So these people will be okay. They're doing well, much better than we are. So if they don't have another gold trophy dripping on their mansion, it's okay. They'll get up the next day. They'll be okay. They'll have a spa day and they'll be fine. What are you going to do? I love these people that get so heated about this nonsense. It's nonsense, for God's sake. Oppenheimer. You know what? I'll tell you what gives me. They got these Emmys coming up, right? Trevor Noah, who I like, is going to be hosting. All right, good for Trevor Noah. But here's where I draw the line. This is where I'm drawing the line here. This guy you can't get rid of this guy. Where is he? Billy Joel. Billy Joel. Well, first of all, he's releasing a new song, which comes out February 1st. First song in 17 years. Okay. He's playing at the Emmys. He does million shows at the Garden every single night. This guy's like gum. You can't stop already. We're enough already with this guy. I know he's from Long Island. Everybody loves him. He was from our growing up, and he's just enough. I don't want to hear about this guy anymore. He's gonna play at the Grammys. They'll give him some award. He's dropping a new song. 17 years. He's gonna perform at the Grammys. It says here, it's just too much already with this guy. He's like gum. You can't get him off your shoe. It's crazy. You can't get him off your shoe. And I've tried to get gum off my shoe. It's very annoying. This is pretty cool. I'm going to give you guys some Netflix suggestions. Cartel Queen with Sofia Vergara. Look at this. They said this is a big time role for her. She's playing that cartel Griselda, who was a big, powerful Colombian queenpin, I guess they would call it, drug lord of the certain time frame, 70s, 80s, I don't know when it was. So they said they yellowed her teeth, they made her, oh, what an acting job. Oh my God, the cocaine! I don't want to hear that for 2 hours. That's going to be annoying. And Snoop Dogg is in Amazon Prime. He's a coach of a bunch of ragtag misfits. Boy, I've never heard that storyline before. It says it's called Nothing But a Snoop Bang in Underdogs. Get it? Underdogs. Snoop Dogg with 2 G's, mind you. Because 1 G is just never enough. You need 2 G's. It's streaming on Prime. Snoop Dogg coaches a youth football team. They're mistreated, not respected, but he brings them together because he gets them all high. Oh boy, this has just got the makings. So that's your choice. You can see Sofia Vergara in her voice for an hour and a half going, "Oh my God, cocaine!" Or you can hear Snoop Dogg go, "Yo man, it's just nothing but some football." You know, he can talk his football. So I don't have a good Snoop Dogg. I'm a better Sofia Vergara. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm really excited about. These are my 2 faves. That's right. Look at these 2 powerhouses. Kristen Chenoweth, you might know her better from Wicked. And Lindsay Lohan, you might not recognize the face. A little plastic surgery there. I don't know why. She's only like 35. But they'll be doing a little bit of a. It's called Our Little Secret. It's a Netflix movie, but it's a holiday feel good movie. Is it Netflix or is it on the? What's the Hallmark Channel? No, it's a holiday film on Netflix starring Lindsay Lohan and Kristen Chenoweth. How nice! It'll be a very nice movie for them. Lindsay Lohan has come along. I like her a lot. I think she's come a long way after her kleptomaniac, theft, thievery, and jail sentence. I honestly love Lindsay Lohan. I love her and everything she's done. One of my favorites, of course, is Mean Girls, which in the new Mean Girls, I'll make a little spoiler, so cover your ears. She's in the new movie. A cameo, not a large part. And that should be really fun too. So who doesn't love both of them? Yeah, she's only 37. From Cold Spring Harbor. And isn't, what's her face? And Merrick, yeah, Kristen Chenoweth from Long Island. Everybody's from Long Island. Everybody's making it big except for me. I'm on this stupid show Monday after Monday. Oh, boy. You know what? This is just
Headshot.
terrible. This is just...
No.
It's just terrible. But at least Kevin James will be performing on Long Island again. Oh boy, no. Actually, he'll be performing on Prime Video. Irregardless. That's a word I always say, and people go, that's not a word, irregardless. He's doing a stand-up special, and I have told you this before, he is not good in stand-up. He is not. He has performed many times at the Paramount. He's better just in The King of Queens. He's okay in some of these movies with Adam Sandler. There's a guy that's been able to make it on. I don't know. It's just, But whatever. He's got a new Prime comedy special out. Alright. Whatever. We're running through this good. I'm running through this. I'm trying to run through this good. There's a Michael Jackson biopic coming out. It's called Michael. Great title. It's about the life of Michael Jackson, and his father is going to be played by Coleman Domingo. He was just nominated for an Oscar, actually, I forget what. So that's going to be, they're in the works on that, in case you're a Michael Jackson fan. But let's get to the real stuff. Shall we? At 7:25? Dear Amy, Leonard and I have been married for 47 years. There's your problem right off the bat. We have raised 3 kind, independent children with lives of their own. We have both changed from the adventurous people of our younger days to what we are now. I lead a life filled with faith, friends, and love of travel. He is angry, volatile, unpredictable, and overreactive. He has cut dozens of people out of his life when he perceives an offense. Whenever I call him on it, he only digs in. He has never, ever apologized to anyone. I like this guy already. Sounds like the guy we talked about last week. Remember they blasted poor Steve? Why do they blast these poor men? I have always said, if he ever cuts out any of our children, I'm out of here. I've had enough of this guy. Well, he blew up at my daughter-in-law and said horrible things to her. My husband and son have not spoken over a year. He has not seen the grandchildren. I have talked to counselors, friends, and priests. That's always a good one to go to about it. Everyone asks if I am safe. He has never been violent. But his words hurt more than anything. Words cut deep. Just ask Alanis Morissette. My husband needs help, but I cannot make him get it. I am so sad. I know I have to make some changes because we are both miserable. Well, it's signed in a bad place. Well, in a bad place, I would leave this poor, crotchety old man alone. He has already been sentenced to 47 years with you. Must you now ruin his last remaining fun years? If he enjoys... here's the thing people don't understand. Crotchety, angry, these are all not bad things. I enjoy that. Steve enjoys that. Steve is anything but crotchety. He is always crotchety. Another caller, and this is not a call in for the show. I don't know who this is. Anyway, excuse me. So, my point is, you know what, are you going to get divorced now? You've been married, you're probably in your 70s, you know, what are you going to do? Start going on Tinder? You're going to start going on, eHarmony? Stop it. Stay with this guy. You know, this is going to end in a true crime reality show that my mom's going to watch on on Netflix. Or Dateline. This has got Dateline written all over it. Hello? Oh my God! I don't know, there's blood everywhere! What happened? I came home! And then you find out she butchered him, put his leg buried it in the backyard, shipped half his body into the East River. We questioned, and I love when they question people. You should watch on Netflix, American Nightmare. It's a 3-part, each part is 45 minutes, fantastic. It is a true crime. I never am into this true crime stuff. But this was amazing story of this girl who was kidnapped, came back 2 days later, nobody believed her. They thought, first they said the boyfriend no doubt murdered her. The police. They said you lied on the lie detector test, you failed it miserably, which they were just lying to get a confession, and they said you killed her. Then she comes back 2 days later, and then they say the two of them were in on some kind of hoax. And it was later found out that she was kidnapped. And because this guy had been doing it all up and down, and the stories meshed, and some evidence, it was what a story. You gotta go, American Nightmare, Netflix. Boom. I had a couple of other Netflix suggestions for you too. Oh my gosh, this just dropped on Netflix. It's The Greatest Night in Pop. It's the night that all of the artists got together to do We Are the World. It's really the behind-the-scenes story of it. It looks really interesting. I'm going to watch it. It's on Netflix. It just came out last night. It really talks about how, the real behind-the-scenes making of this wonderfully harmonious, crappy song came to be. It was actually written by, I think, Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie. And, Quincy Jones obviously was producing it and all the such. And they had all the big stars of that time frame. It was in the 80s, I think. Let me give you a rundown. Let's see if you remember any of them. Oh boy. Huey Lewis, Ray Charles, Stevie Wonder. Of course, Michael Jackson, Bruce Springsteen, Billy Joel, Cyndi Lauper, Kim Carnes at the time was big. Bruce Springsteen, of course. Tina Turner, Aretha Franklin, Diana Ross, Kenny Loggins. It was just the list goes on and on. Bob Dylan had to put that voice in it. James Ingram, Kenny Rogers, Paul Simon. I mean, the list just went on and on. It was just amazing. So they're going to show you how this all came together. And they did that. They couldn't. I'd like to see them do that now. Taylor Swift, Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, Dua Lipa, just a mess of bad pop stars. Snoop Dogg. It's just terrible. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And Brett Kane, let's not forget. There's an actress. I want you to take a look at my feature actress. It's not. I know I said American Ferrara, but everybody knows her. Madeline Carroll. If you've ever not seen some of her work, watch her work. She started out as a kid she was in Santa Claus 3. She was in one of her best was Flipped. Was great. It was directed by Rob Reiner. Really one of those really coming of age stories, but she was so good in it. And now she's in this movie, and it's coming out, or it is out. She's just really, you gotta look her up. She's fantastic. That's my featured actress of the week. And so we'll get more into that. But that, so that's a good one. So we gave you a lot of information today. There was actually, I'll read it next week. There was another Dear Amy, but I'll leave that till next week. One Dear Amy's is all we can handle per week, I think. Especially at 7:33, and I got to get out of here. I got things to do. I got people to see, places to go. I can't just sit here all night and talk to you people. But I, of course, I want to thank you for spending a little time with me on the Steve Square Show. I don't know where my other, I was going to say better half, but let's be honest, he is not. He is the worst half. He didn't. I thought he might make a pop-in, Steve. Sometimes he makes the pop-in, but not today, unfortunately. I had to hold it down. No problem. But we had some exciting things to talk about. We're excited about the Super Bowl, not. You're going to watch some of those Netflix suggestions, which I told you about. American Nightmare, This Is the Greatest Night in Pop, a couple of things. There's, if you're bored and you want to go to sleep, watch the Kevin James Irregardless comedy special on Amazon Prime. That'll put you right to sleep. Got a lot of stuff here. What else did we talk about? I like to run down everything we talked about. The Oscars will be coming up. We've got a lot of stuff. Our guest next week is going to be fantastic. That's your homework, because I want you locked in. Don't just come next week unprepared. Brian Donahue, fantastic. The Dublin Destroyer, a jet, an actor, a stuntman, crazy. He's done it all. He'll be our guest next week on the Steve Square Show next Monday night at 6:30. That's a special show. Hopefully Tony and Steve will show up. I've already confirmed with them, meaning threaten their lives. Confirmed is a nice way to put it. Anyway, I hope you had a little fun today. I try to give you start the week off with a little enjoyment, a little entertainment, a little information. Remember, if your limbs are falling off, go inside and do some exercise. Pick up your arms, pick up your limbs, bring them to a warm spot, maybe over a nice small fire, and reattach them and do your exercise in a warm place. You're not proving anything. Don't be a hero. Don't be a hero. Keep all your body parts intact. That's the message of today's show. Take it from me. I'm a professional, for God's sake. I wouldn't tell you wrong. I would never steer you wrong. Anyway, we're going to close shop now. For myself, Funny Man Stevie K. Check out Instagram. Stephen R. Kaminsky. Go to the Instagram. See what's happening there. Thank you so much for spending some time. Stay warm. Have a great week. Next Monday, Steve Squared, 6:30.